Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Unlock Show. I'm Tracy Wilson, and it is, like I always say, it's always my pleasure to be here with you guys. Today, it's a little bit different. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Did you hear my intro music just come in? My granddaughter just came out of our tent. Yes, I said a tent. I am currently camping with the family. You've seen me do this before. Well, we're at it again. We've got a beautiful day here. On the Gold Coast, but I'm actually on the north coast of New South Wales. We are in, where the heck are we? We are at, don't know, we're in the middle of frigging nowhere, and I am streaming today on my iPhone because I tried to get my laptop and all my setup. I'll show you in a minute. I bring everything with me, but you know where we are, sometimes where you go, you don't always have the best of reception. So today is going to be a little bit different. Oh, you can't hear me. Robin, can you hear me now? One moment. Why can't you hear me? Oh, the birds are really singing. All right, so now you can hear me. Yes, sorry, big hand, fat hand in the road, because I'm trying to mobile phone. So, you know, first for everything. So, yes, if you can hear those birds chirping in the background, I'll show you in a minute where I am. Lots and lots of birds. So, last night early hours of this morning when I woke up, I swear I could have been sleeping in a nest with, I don't know, maybe 500 birds, because that's how loud it was. But anyway, I digress. So today I'm out and about. I'm with the family. We are doing a bit of family camping. We've got a whole bunch of a group of other family members coming a little bit later on this afternoon. But John and myself and my granddaughter Jada, we got away a little bit early, and we came down here, and I'll show you guys around. For those of you that are watching live, I'll show you around the campsite, and you can get a bit of a feel for where I am. But today I thought I would talk about something that actually we have been talking about in my team over the last, or our team, I should say, over the last week. And it really is in alignment with what I spoke about last Friday. So the last 2 Fridays I took you guys through a session, and we did a game last week, which was on values and how to kind of get in alignment with your values. And I hope that you guys have had the opportunity to go back and look at, I think it was episode number 51 and episode number 53. So you need to start at 51, do that, listen to the Unlock Show session number 51, episode 51, and then do episode number 53, because really they're going to help you get in alignment and understand what your values are, so that you can make sure that you're living in alignment and that you're doing all the things that you need to do to have the things that you want. But today is really going to be about kind of a lead on from that. So once we've understood what our values are, we then kind of get to this point where we're thinking about, well, what is it that I actually really want in my life? But more than that, it's who do I need to become? And I've been thinking about this because it's often not something that people even think about. It's not even a question that you would even ask yourself. Most people go through their life and they just start, we just grow and we progress, and I'm going to use the word transform by default. We have this, default setting that the experiences, the knowledge, the things that we learn over time help us to become the person that we are today. And, you can understand this if you think back to the person that you were when you left high school, when you left college. Who were you back then? And now think about who you are today. And when you think about that, did you really design who you are today on purpose, or did that happen by default? And often as we go through life and we get a little bit older and a little bit grayer, as you can see, we get to a point where we go, hang on a minute. We start to realize that we actually have the opportunity to create the life that we actually want and that we desire, rather than things just happening by default. So when we talk about, or when I think about that, what is it that we have to do? So now that I've got you to think about it, who do you actually want to become? Now I want to try and help you guys with some questions that you need to ask yourself, so that you can start to design the life that you want. You're going to be doing this very purposefully. You're going to be doing it by design, and you'll be doing it based on, what your values are and what you actually really want. And if I think about me, I certainly, doing the things that I'm doing now are not what I thought I would have would be doing, when I was back in my 20s, when you are busy trying to raise a family, you're trying to, work hard, create a lifestyle for yourself, create, bring money in and all those sorts of things. But as time went on, I realized that in that corporate job, I wasn't really feeling fulfilled. I wasn't feeling like I was being the person that I wanted to be. I felt like a square peg in a round hole. So came the day that I did something about it. But even when I did something about it, I didn't really think about at that time, who did I want to become? What life did I want to be living? Did I want to be able to just pack my family up on a Thursday and be able to not have to ask anybody, can I go camping with my family this week? Have I used all of my annual leave? I didn't really think about that until fairly recently, like I'm talking in the last sort of year to 18 months, where I really started to think about what if I could create something? What if I could create a lifestyle and a life that I wanted, and a business that kind of wrapped around that to enable me to do the things that I want to do? And lo and behold, as I started to think about that, and as I started to do that, I started to be able to do the things that I wanted to do and have the things that I wanted to have. So here's what you need to do. So if you want to do the same thing, if you're sitting back now thinking, do you know what, in the future, the life that I've got right now is not necessarily the life that I want to be living in the future, and that's totally okay, because that's what this is about. So if that's the case for you, then today's show is really going to help you, because it's going to help you to really start thinking about, what is it that I want? There are times where I jump on the show and I'm all made up and I'm in the comfort of my office in my home with all of my, my normal surroundings. And now I'm out, uncut, unedited, very much authentic, no makeup, just doing my thing with my, we call them togs, swimmers on, about to go for a swim down there, which is the lifestyle that I want to create for me and my family. I wanted to be able to pack up and just go when I want to go. So if that's you too, here's what you need to start doing. One of the questions that you need to start asking yourself, and you can do this today. So like I said, go back and do the last 2 episodes that I've mentioned. Do those, because it's going to help you to understand where your values lie and enable you to remain in alignment with those. And in that episode, I also talked about, if you've got a business, you need to make sure that money, abundance, wealth is somewhere in the top 3. So if you're wanting to do this, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? So in 5 years' time, when you start looking back at yourself, you start looking back at the life that you've created, what is it that's going to make you look back and go, do you know what? This position that I'm in right now is exactly where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to have in my life. I wanted to be able to go camping. I wanted to be able to jump on a plane and go to 5-star hotels if I so wish to. I want to be able to take my family with me. I want to be able to create a show where I can connect and speak to, people all over the world. That's what I wanted. But what is it that you want? There was also a time where I thought that what I wanted was to create a really big business on the Gold Coast with many staff in it, with a amazing, office. And I had all of that. And I got it and I was like, do you know what? No, that's not what I want. I want to be able to do all of this stuff that I'm doing right now. So I'm really comfortable doing the stuff that I'm doing. But I'm trying to help you guys to understand and be comfortable with where you want to go and what it is that you want to do. And if you want to show up doing, live, raw, real stuff like I'm doing right now, that's cool. I can show you the way of doing that. So first question, who do you want to be? 5 years' time from now, who is the person that you want to become? And if that is, I'm quite happy being who I am right now, and I've got everything in my life that I want and need, kudos to you. That is fantastic, amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you don't, then you want to think about that question that I've just asked. Who do you want to become? Who do you need to become? The next question you've got to do is what do you need to become that person? So what do you need to do? So not necessarily what are the things that I just said need to do, but I'm meaning as in, how do you need to transform? Who do you need to become? What are the attributes and the behaviors that you need to be displaying to become that person, to start transforming into that person? So not changing who you are, because we know that change is very short term. So we want to look very long-term focused, and that comes down to transformation. It's like being that caterpillar that transforms into a butterfly. There is no going back. So this is about transformation and doing it for you the long term, and creating exactly who you need to become to then do the things that you want to do and have the things that you want to have in your life in time from now. And you might see my granddaughter just jump into the shot in a minute, because she's just come out and she's like, I want to be on the show with you too, Nan. So say hello, Jada. This is Jada. So we very much talk about, who does she need to become? What are the things that she needs to be doing to be the best little person that she can be? And, one day she might want to have a show too, mightn't you? She says yes. She's a little bit shy today. So, who do you need to become? And then what are the things that you want to be doing? So if you think about what do you want to be doing in your life? So every day, what does your life look like? Do you want to be able to just pack your stuff up, move your life, be able to move from city to city, be able to go camping perhaps? Do you want to be living in the house of your dreams? What does all of that look like? Start really thinking about it now. And what you need to do is write that down. Bring it to fruition by writing it down, and then start doing those things. So the question also is behaviors. So, and the attributes that you have. So what behaviors and habits do you need to start creating so that you can transform into the person that you need to become to have and do the things that you want to have and do in your life? So what do I mean by that? So one of the things that I realized about myself is that I realized that I used to work really well under pressure, and I still do. But what I would do is, because I thought in my head that I would work really well under pressure, I would actually create pressure for myself. And what I mean by that is I would start leaving things to the last minute, because if I did them at the last minute, it created that sense of pressure, which then in my head, I got into this habit of creating that pressure so that I then could start performing at my best. That was a habit that I had got into. So what I realized was that if I wanted to create something a little bit different, I actually had to change that habit. I had to start being somebody that created amazing stuff no matter what, no matter if I had, pressure put on me, no matter whether I was in a stressful situation or not, that I could just create amazing stuff regardless. And that what happened then, as I was able to bring things forward, I started getting a lot more organized. I knew that I had to be an organized person, turn up to things on time, do the things that I said that I was going to do, make sure that I delivered things to the best of my ability and better if I could than anybody else. And a funny thing started happening. Was that my clients would jump on calls with me and go, oh my God, like yesterday, a client said, first thing she said to me was, how did I get so lucky? How did I get so lucky to be working with you and having the amazing things that you and your team have created for me? She didn't experience that, or had not experienced that before. So I knew that was because I had started transforming, that I started this journey of transformation some time ago. And now today, I'm able to do those things without having to create that pressure, the procrastinator, Robin Helm is saying the procrastination syndrome. Yeah. So you get yourself into that cycle of procrastinating, and then you start justifying it to yourself that it's okay because, you perform best in that type of environment, which is totally not true. You can completely change that by changing the habits and the behaviors that you have. So there's a couple of tools that I want to give you guys today. I'll give you the links to. So one is called the 16 personalities test. So I know that one of my team will pop into the chat area now that there is a website that you can go to do the 16 personalities test. I would recommend that you go and do that. And that's going to really help you to understand who you are today and some of the strengths and the weaknesses that you have. Can you hear those birds just chirping away? They are over there, perched up, just coming to say hello. So There's a whole bunch of them. Hopefully I didn't make you guys dizzy by turning that around. So yeah, so you want to go and do that test. And the other one is the disc profiling. And if you go to Tony Robbins' site, you'll actually be able to do a version of the disc profile inside of Tony Robbins' website for free. So one of my team will put those into the chat area for you guys to go and have a look at now. Once you understand what those are, and like I said, you've done the last couple of sessions, episode number 51 and episode number 53, today's is really taking that a bit further and getting you guys to really think about who do you want to become? Why? Because that's how you start living your life unlocked. It's about really recognizing who you are and then understanding who do you want to stand up and be? What are the messages that you want to create? Are you ready for that? For example, if you go back and you have a look at some of the videos that I did early on in my piece, I'm going to say shitting myself. I don't want to do this stuff. Whereas now today, I knew that the person I had to create, if I wanted to create a show like this, is I had to create somebody who was, authentic, who was confident, who was organized and ready to step up and speak to you guys in a way that had authority and that had, hopefully some level of charisma and, a personality that I bring to the show, but also being very authentically me. So I knew that that was the things that I needed to do, be confident and competent with what it was that I was talking about. So I want you guys to start thinking about the same stuff. What is it that you want to do in your life? Who is it that you want to be? And what do you need to do? What behaviors do you need to display to start becoming and transforming into that amazing person? And how do you then take that message that you are willing to stand up for? What forums are you going to use? How are you going to do it? What messages will you spread? And how are you going to help the people that are waiting for you to help them in this world? So all of that being said, guys, I'm going to give you a little bit. Who wants to have a bit of a look around this campsite? Thursday night here, it was pretty, we're down the end of the camp, so it's a little bit quiet here, apart from the birds. But right up the other end of this campsite here, it is really, really busy. And the name of this place will come back to me. We're in Reflections, the Terrace. And I'm just trying to remember, because last minute we had to change the place that the camping ground that we were going to, because we were going to go down to Sandon, which is, again, a little bit further down south for us. But because of the COVID restrictions, we couldn't get down there. So we are in Brunswick Heads. Lucky they have signs all around this place. So we're at Brunswick Heads. You can see people coming back from surfing, swimming. Right there is the river. So we've had a little bit of rain here, but the river is just right there. So I literally can walk down a little pathway, and we will be able to paddleboard and take our kayaks out later on this afternoon. All of these campsites will be full a little bit later today. There's our little setup, so pretty cool for just John and I, and we sometimes bring the grandkids with us, and right next to us will be the rest of the family will arrive a little bit later, and this entire section will be taken over by the Wilson clan. So anyway, I enjoy you guys coming on these little journeys with me, and you just never know where I might just pop up at a, might be a campsite, might be a 5-star hotel, could be, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, sleeping out the back of my car. You just never know where Tracy Wilson's going to take you. But anyway, my message for you guys today is start transforming, start becoming the person that you want to become, so that you can start doing the things that you want to do and having the things that you want to have in your life. So enjoy the rest of your day. I know I certainly am. We're heading to the beach, and hopefully this can get a little bit of a Gold Coast glow. Let's just put it that way. So have an amazing week. Join me again. I'll be back again next week. I've got some amazing guests next week. We're going to be talking YouTube. I've got Alex Shafran coming up in one of the shows very, very shortly, probably in the next month or so. I'm going to be pre-recording with him because we've got some amazing stuff that we want to talk about. And like I said, next week I've got Dave Rotherham, I believe, is with me next week, and we're going to be talking all things YouTube and how to create viral videos. You do not want to miss Dave's show. He has got this really, I'm going to say, quirky story that was like, when I listened to him the first time, I was like, what the heck? Not going to give it all away today. You have to tune in next week, Wednesdays, Australian Brisbane time, 10 a.m. and again on Fridays. So see you guys then. Here's some more campers. Happy camping. See you guys. Bye. Now I've got to figure out how to switch this off because, like I said, I'm on a mobile phone. So talk to you guys later. Bye.